Libra, and welcome to your weekly tarot reading. This will be from the 18th to the 25th of February. And what's interesting is this line here in your reading, this represents what's going on at the foundation, and the crowning card would be your thinking, okay? What are you thinking about? What are you focusing on? What's on top? This is the Nine of Wands is a card about putting boundaries down, okay? I want you to have a close look. He's putting this wand here, and he's already got 8 wands behind him. So there's a sense of limit lines and having to put limits down around some particular situation, okay? So general reading, so it's going to mean different things to different people. But it's that sort of sense of no more. That I've came this far and I'm not willing to take any more of a particular situation. At the bottom of the deck, it's 9 of Swords. And I don't want you to worry about this card, because what happens when we own new territory and when we start to do things differently, a lot of fear comes up for us. And it's fear, it tends to be fear of, well, if I speak my mind, will I lose everything I've got? If I'm clear about my boundaries, will people reject me? Because I think especially with you, Libra, because you're ruled by the air sign of Venus, harmony is a really important part of your need. But your opposite sign is Aries, and you have to incorporate this energy into your life, which is about self-assertion, which is about boundaries. It's about saying no and meaning no. But the fear happens as we leave our comfort zone. So I don't want you to worry about these cards. So when we leave our comfort zone, a lot of anxiety comes up because we're opening ourselves up, basically. But that's what growth is. And that's how we grow, and that's how we change, and that's how we evolve at a soul level. Interestingly enough, though, your additional guidance card is Treasure Island. And I'm looking at your deck, and there's quite a lot of, there's 4 pentacle cards, but you've also got the Lover's card as well. So I'm not quite sure what that Treasure Island is going to be, but Treasure Island is that sort of sense of suddenly you get to a spot in your life and you sort of understand it, because you reap some of the good that you're putting out. You begin to understand why you've had to go through some experiences, because you see the growth, okay? I'll come back to that if you don't mind, and I'll do the rest of your reading and see if it makes more sense. You start the week to Earth sign, 7 of Discs, and the Page of Pentacles. So the 7 of Discs isn't really a card, it's not a really exciting, dynamic card. It's a card about contemplation and waiting, okay? A lot of people don't like waiting, but no one wants something that's half-cooked. Waiting time is not wasted time, but it looks like there's some process going on for you, Libra. And try and remind yourself that you deserve the best. And sometimes waiting for the best in life is actually worth it. And it's sometimes just allowing things to develop in their own way rather than constantly poking at them. But this 7 of Discs is a card about waiting. Now, it's with the Page of Pentacles. This can be a young Earth sign person, or the Page of Pentacles can represent new job, new money coming your way. This could be a new business some Librans are trying to develop, especially with these 2 cards. There could be some material ideas, but pages are just beginnings. So maybe some Librans are trying to mature a business or mature a creative project, or some of you are just waiting, and you're attending to that sort of earth element of life, which would be your value systems, housing, finances, okay? Not the most exciting cards, Libra, but essential to our well-being. Because allowing things to fully develop is a sign of health, okay? And so allowing this 7 to grow and to develop is a really good thing to do. But it is right next to the 7 of Cups, which is a card about being confused emotionally, okay? Sometimes it represents having multiple choices, just not sure what to do next. Some of you might have some emotional choices to make. I'm not sure if it's going to be the right time to make these choices. The end of the week looks a lot more optimistic, but you've got this sense of vagueness and confusion, Libra. Again, what you give your energy to is what grows. So you don't have to worry about these cards. You just have to say, oh, I haven't got perfect clarity at the moment, and allow clarity to come in its own time. Again, it's with the 3 of Discs, more Discs energy. This is a card about cooperating with others. Sometimes it's about helping people with self-esteem, lifting them up. It's about value systems, but often this is a work card and it's working with other people. Everyone's got a job to do, and together you work to create some sort of project, okay? Interesting week here, Libra, actually, because I'm looking at the cards and it's all these... This 9 of Wands is about owning your fire, okay? There's all these boundaries you're putting down, these new foundations. With that comes fear. And there's a lot of uneventful energy at the beginning of the week, and I actually quite like that because it will give you a pause and it will give you a rest, okay? Because you then get another Pentacles card, so you're very solid in your own self. 9 of Pentacles is a card of alone and loving it. This is someone who enjoys their own company, so it's not a feeling of loss, it's not a feeling of craving. It's a feeling of being at peace within yourself, and I absolutely love seeing that for you, because Libra, that's when things really start to change. When we are craving something, we never attract the right thing to us. But when you have this peace inside and you're feeling solid, we start to vibrate at a different level. And that's when our life starts to change. So I always say, work on the inside first and let the outside take care of itself in its own time. But this is also a card about being self-sufficient. It's not a 10 of Pentacles, but it's about having enough and knowing how to enjoy what you've financially created for yourself. It's with the 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords can be a card of conflict, but its essential meaning is bringing a state of mind to an end, okay? So the 5 of Swords state of mind is there always has to be a winner and a loser. It's that very sort of competitive, ego-driven mind, okay? About winning, losing, competitiveness. But this 5 of Swords is about bringing that state of mind to an end. Again, I'm one of these strange readers who love this card because the 5s represent a change, okay? This person's walked around and he's gathered all these swords and he's walked away. And sometimes this card represents, again, having to put limit lines and boundaries down. But you know what, Libra? Sometimes that's what we have to do. Don't forget, you're here to work with the energy of Aries, which is about limit lines. It's about boundaries, putting your own needs high up. that you're as important as anyone else, and learning to say no, okay? Really important lessons, because the outcome is the Lover's card with the Knight of Swords. So Knight of Swords can represent an air sign person, but I'm not picking it up. That's what it's meaning. Knight of Swords brings quite rapid change. He tends to bring news, and this is news either around a relationship or an important choice that you've got to make. But for some reason, I'm getting it around a relationship, because Treasure Island and because the Fool cards arrived with it. So the Fool card is about coming back to zero, okay? There's an old saying in esoteric knowledge that all the books have to go back to zero, which means we can't carry the hurts and the damage of the past. We can't carry them and have the new beginning and the love that we so crave, okay? So we need to constantly balance these books, which is really about forgiving those who have hurt us, letting go, and living in the present moment, but especially releasing and forgiving anyone who's caused us hurt. That's how we get back to the zero, and that's where we all need to go. All of us need to get back to that zero. This is news about an important relationship. I think most of the week is about you owning boundaries. Don't be scared, Libra. I know it is, and I know you're going to be scared about owning these boundaries, because, and I've said it before, it's because you're out of your comfort zone. And it's like going to a strange place we've never been before. Our automatic response is to be quite fearful. And that's absolutely understandable. It's human nature. But I want you to look at how the cards are evolving. And it's almost saying to me that these lessons have to be learned about saying no, about putting boundaries down, for you to get to this Lovers, this new beginning, and this news coming through for you. Fascinating reading, Libra. You can contact me directly. My email's in the About section. So loads of love. Bye.